Alrighty everyone, I wanted to go over a little bit of drama that has just happened in Freddy's and some analysis on it, so let's get right into it. So, we've got the P-Natty's mention, just to go over some context for those who didn't see it. On February 14th, a new article was posted, and Kai noticed that there was a P-Natty's mention, Preston Nash, coming back for the 5th year. We're loving retaining his talents, especially his inept ability to force an absurd number of hand blocks. And then Kazoo comes and gives us the dictionary definition of inept, and we realize that they got it wrong. That is just not the definition and not what they wanted to use. And then that led to AJ here coming up with this meme. The ultiworld staff writers trying to get the word adept, right? And they couldn't. And we're all making fun of them because they misspelled something. And it got me thinking, how did they even know about Preston's hand blocks, right? We have one game ever that's been watched and put anything, well, 2 games, sorry. We had our game to go, which no one says anything about, and the Randy's Faceless Army game against Navy, right? Those are the only 2 times that Ultiworld would have any clue what we're doing, right? So how do they know about Preston's ability to get so many hand blocks? And it got me thinking, all right, let's see here. Ooh, we're not there yet, but let's go into our Ultiworld articles here. So this is where it comes from, right here. We've got Preston Nash and his ability to force hand blocks. Okay, and we can see here that this is both from Calvin as well as Bix. Calvin we know to be a fairly good analyst for Division 3 Ultimate, and Bix is a little bit interesting sometimes with what he does. So I got thinking about what else has been written about us recently, and I went back to our preseason power rankings right here. And you can see that this is written by Bix, and he says in our recent D3 questionnaire, we pretty much said that it was because of AJ and Boots, which they've done a great job coaching us, and this team is so much more bought in because of what they've done, and they've done great stuff. This is all very true. And he does say, right, it's straight from the questionnaire he's taking this. And so a couple memes came out during this time. One being mine, right here. AJ hyping himself up on the Ultiworld survey. Didn't do very well. However, we do know that AJ wrote in the questionnaire. But the next day, actually, Campbell comes out and was like, yeah, that wasn't AJ. I wrote in the questionnaire and said that the coaches were doing a great job. And so now we know like what Cannonball said in the questionnaire, right? That they thought that AJ and Boots were doing a great job, and that's what they put in the questionnaire. So then it got me thinking, well, who else did the questionnaire? Because obviously somebody did and wrote something about Preston. And it leads me to this, where AJ says, just filled out the questionnaire for Ultiworld about our season and what they should know for the write-ups, for future articles, for the write-ups. This is what this is here. Let's just go back. We've got this article way back early season, and the most recent article about us, or the most recent write-up about us, about Preston Nash and his inept ability. All right? So let's go back here. Just some more proof that AJ filled out the questionnaire and did not talk about himself, right? So first off, a joke, that we didn't get anything, but it was AJ Boots, and then he says here, I can show you my responses. They're mostly focused on Randy, all right? So that means that AJ is attributing team success to some of our top players, like Randy, and maybe like Preston, too, all right? Boots never filled out the questionnaire. He's free from blame. However, he does say he's feeling sort of meh about the team in general. Maybe he had some thoughts about Preston and thought that Preston doesn't actually get hand blocks and wrote inept in the questionnaire, but I don't think that's what happened. I just don't think Boots filled out the questionnaire. And then AJ doubles down again, telling us that he did not talk about himself, and he talked about our captains and leadership this year and last year. Ooh, let's think about our captains this year. All right. None of them come to mind. Let's think about last year. Preston Nash, one of our captains last year, top notch. Seems more and more like AJ is trying to write about Preston Nash here. So again, we go back. If we see here that Bix wrote our last write-up using the questionnaire, right? It would make sense that they would just assign him to writing this one too. And Bix, again, not the greatest journalist. So maybe he just copy and pasted straight off of the questionnaire what was written. And maybe, let's go back, maybe this meme shouldn't say Ultiworld staff writers at all, but AJ for writing this in his own questionnaire. And I think that Bix deserves a public apology for this miscue. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you all at 3 for the scrimmage.